Hey guys, this is Danks87. This is a tutorial to show you how to make spawn points for your sackbots. This was a suggestion by JV Crafting. As you can see, you activate the spawn point, then when your character dies, he is spawned from the spawn point. You can also make multiple spawn points and it deactivates the spawn point before it so that you only spawn out of that one. This works with top-down sackbots and regular sackbots. Okay, so you're going to need 3 tag sensors, 1 selector, 2 physics tweakers, 1 tag, and an emitter. So first what we're going to do is put our tag on our player. We're going to make this a blue tag, and we're going to make a label of player. Now we're going to make our spawn point. It can look however you want it to look. I'm just going to make it look simple at the moment. I tend to use light in it, just like the normal spawner, so you know when it's active. And now you're going to want a microchip right in the center. And place a second microchip inside the circuit board of the first microchip. Now we need to pop down our first tag sensor. This needs to be set to infinite detection range, all the layers set to the same tag as our player was, so blue player, and it needs to be inverted. Next up we need to pop down our emitter. The settings in this, I ignore the movement. It needs to be emit once, it needs to last forever, and it only needs a maximum of 1 emitted at once. You can use any effect to kill or create, doesn't really matter. Now we need to copy our sackbot into our goodies bag. And this is what we're going to be emitting out of the emitter. Need to hook those both up together so that the tag sensor is hooked up to the emitter. I find that if you put it straight on top it doesn't work so well, so move it back once and then put it back out on the emitter so it's higher, up 1 up level. Next up is our selector. It only needs 2 ports on the selector. It's for on and off. Next we want the second tag sensor. We want to make this detection range, the range at which you want the spawner to activate. All the layers and the same as your player, so blue player. You need to attach that to the second slot in your selector. Now you need to go ahead and grab your tag. This tag is going to be named spawn active, so it's blue spawn active, and this is going to be attached to the on part of the selector, which is the second output. Now we need the last tag sensor. You want to make this infinite in range, but this time you want this to be the tag label of the spawn active. This will then tell the selector if there is already another active spawner to turn this spawner off. Now we're going to use the second output of the selector, which is the on, to attach to any lights that you may have put on to show you that that spawner is active. I turn off collisions for the spawner as it's easier, especially for top-down games, to put it into the background without making it a part of the background. And lastly, the on output of the selector needs to go into the microchip that has the emitter in it. Now we have our spawn point for our Sackbot. To make more spawners, just copy and paste the spawner, remembering to go inside and turn them off, as they may all be set to on. To add a sound for when the spawner becomes active, you want to put the sound attached to the second output of the selector, which is the on part of the selector. And lastly, if you want a sound for the actual spawn of your Sackbot, you want to put it inside the second microchip and attached to the tag sensor inside there. Thanks for watching, more videos to come.